When I was offered this opportunity to go on an expedition to Morocco, I never would have imagined that 16 months ago, working as a nurse, when I set up this small walking community, that it would grow and evolve to what it is now. I set up my walking group for like-minded people who I could go out hill walking with and to connect other people who also enjoyed being outside. Quite quickly, the group seemed to grow, and it turned out that everyone else was looking for other people to meet to go walking with. It just grew really quickly and evolved into the large outdoor community that it's become now. Considering the group started from such a small-scale idea to go out walking in Scotland, to being offered an amazing, life-changing experience in another continent, in an incredible mountain range, was just absolutely amazing. Over the next few months, the team gradually grew as more interest was drummed up on social media. Within no time, I found myself with a complete team of people who wanted to travel to Morocco with me to take on the challenge. With the entire team who signed up to join me on the expedition, it was amazing to know that none of those people had any prior experience of hiking abroad or hiking at altitude, and we all came together as a group, as a collective of people who really wanted to take this on, but didn't necessarily know how to on their own.
I joined Iona's group in December 2018. When I first signed up, I was just completely new to hiking and just the outdoors in general. I just didn't really do that. And then I saw a post on Iona's Instagram about the Morocco trip, and I thought, oh, that looks really, really good. But it looks like something way, way above my abilities. But then over the course of the year, I got more and more interested in the outdoors, and it became less of a daunting challenge and something that I was really, really looking forward to.
After experiencing the heat of Marrakesh when we first arrived, it was almost refreshing to realise that within half an hour of starting the trek, we got caught in a huge thunder and lightning storm. It was such a relief to know that we weren't going to be spending the entire 8 days hiking in baking sun. That moment was definitely a reality check that this trip was going to be such a big learning curve.
Not eating any of my snacks today.
Some of the best highlights of the trip were the sort of insignificant moments that some people might not think about, like going for a swim at 2,000 metres with a bunch of your friends, and then spending the night stargazing, just having a laugh with these friends that you've met over the past year, finding a wee puppy on the side of a mountain, or doing yoga in your tent after a day's hike, just having a complete laugh with all these mates that you've made.
Days like when we arrived at the lake, we had no idea that we were going to come across views like that. Sitting by the lake in the sun with all these brand new friends, it felt like I was spending a day at a beach with people that I'd known forever, and that feeling of being in a group with people that I belonged with was just absolutely incredible.
So I kind of went into this trip thinking it's going to be a complete separation from my life, that I could turn my phone off and I wouldn't have to worry about day-to-day life. I could just leave that behind. And it definitely made you appreciate what was around you more, the people around you, and the experiences you were having. On the first summit day to Magoon, there were a few people struggling, and you could see that sense of, team spirit where no one wanted anyone to be left behind. It was a real struggle that day, just with the starting at 3 a.m. in the dark. It was cold. Everyone's first time at altitude was that day, so there were a few people struggling, and it was just nice to see that everyone supported everyone else and had everyone else's back.
By the time we came to do Mount Toubkal, we had figured out a way to keep the team together and really build on that team spirit and keep everyone at a similar pace. And it became so much more enjoyable to be able to share that experience with everybody, to push each other on, to encourage each other, and to pull on each other's strengths when each of us were struggling at really different times, and all for very different reasons as well.
Hey, jump on Morocco, eh? Too much! Well done.
Reaching the summit of Mount Toubkal was an absolutely incredible moment. To achieve that together with this incredible team of people who initially had signed up as complete strangers just felt like such a turning point. And I realised that being such a big part of bringing these people together, and it really made me appreciate it being with such amazing people.
Toubkal definitely felt like the culmination of the past year sort of came together, and it was quite an emotional and sort of rewarding moment when we got to the summit, and that was the culmination of all this work and preparation that we'd done over the past year. Every time someone would ask us about Morocco, are we excited? Are you looking forward to it? Are you feeling challenged by it? Sort of thing. It was just a great moment to get up there and look out at where you were and how you'd worked towards this for the past year, and realise that that was the culmination of all that effort.
Getting up at 2:30 in the morning was definitely a shock. We knew that that was coming, but getting up and having something to eat and getting started was definitely a struggle. But once we got going, we had our head torches on, we were walking in the dark beneath this beautiful starry sky. It was like nothing else I've experienced before. found walking in the dark really therapeutic. It was almost a sense of really clear headspace where there wasn't room for any other thoughts. Walking alongside such good friends, but not necessarily feeling like we had to talk. It was just a case of one foot in front of the other, following the light of the head torches ahead of us. That's a memory that will stick with me for a long time. Standing on that final summit was just an accumulation of all the hard work and the determination of everything that had gone into this expedition. Especially the fact that standing there, we could look back to Mount Toubkal, which had been our second peak of the trip. It was the most incredible feeling to be there, knowing that we did it, we completed it, and we all did it together.
So to get to the summit and realise, well, that's it, we've done it, we've done 3 peaks, we've done what we've been working towards for the past year, and that's it. It was a bit emotional, and it was definitely probably one of the hardest things I've done in my life.
Since coming back from the trip, I feel like I have such a different outlook on what I want to do, how I feel as a person, with my confidence and my ability, but also the friendships I made. Hopefully it shows that if I can do it, my team can do it, and we did. We all achieved it and we made it. If we can all do it, then surely everyone else can as well.